let's start the cover. So this, I have just used the cereal box and I cut it to measurement. So this breadth in the cereal box was enough for all my 3 signatures. So let me tell you the measurement. If you're not using a cereal box, you can make one with a thin chipboard. So this is 2 3/8 inch in the spine piece. Okay, so I just cut it out like that. In the length, it's 1/4 inch extra. So our signatures were 8/6. So this is 8/1/4, and from here it's 6/1/4. Okay, so that's how I just cut out a piece. After this, I am thinking to do a fabric cover for the my journal here, and I got this padding from my old ironing stand. Okay, so I just saved it and I think I'm going to use this on top of it. So let's just apply glue here quickly, and if you have a Mod Podge or something like a more liquidy glue, I think it will be really great. But right now I just don't have it, so I'm just going to put my this fabric glue from Boils. It's not really fabric, but it's perfect for all kind of materials, and it smells a little bit, but it's not that bad, and it dries very quickly, and also it's quite strong, and also it dries clear. So I got this whole value pack bottle from Bunnings, and trust me, if you start using this, you will forget about all the other glues. So this is Boil Craft glue. Okay, and then I am just going to put my padding. I think this will give it a very beautiful and plush look to my journal. So let us first now cut this out. Now the fabric that I have selected here is this, like it's a golden mustard kind of different color. So I'm going to use this here. So let me just keep it like this, and then I'm going to cut off the extra. All right, now let me quickly iron this because otherwise it's not going to look really good, and then I'll show you. And so I have ironed this. Okay, that's the front here. I'm going to keep my piece just like that, and there we go. Now the next part is we are going to cover in this top and the bottom part and glue it to our cereal box just like that, and then I'm going to make sure that I am pressing it nicely and not leaving any air bubbles. It should be tight enough from here so that we have beautiful edges. If you feel that it's not like in a line, then just pull the fabric down just like that until you get an even finish from the edging, just like that. See, there we go, a beautiful edging. Now the similar thing I'm going to do on the bottom part. Now let's do the corners. Now for the corners, what I do is cut off the extra fabric a little bit from this side like this, so that we don't have a very big bulk of fabric on the side. Just like that. And then I'm going to first put glue here on the side, and then I'm going to go in this groove here. Okay, and then we will just push this edge inside, and then we will come inside like so. Similarly, I'm going to do the same thing on this side here. And then make this tight as well. Now when you will do this, you will see that there is a lot of fabric here. So instead of just keeping it in the album, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut off this part here, and then I will put some glue inside so that this easily gets stuck. So I think there's too much fabric and I don't need that much, so I'm going to cut this part off. Similarly, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Let me just fix this corner here. Right after this, I'm going to put a long piece of paper inside so that nothing is visible and it's all very flexible. Let me cut that out and I'll tell you the measurements. So this is the piece. This is 8 inches by 4 inches. And then I just kept it inside, and then I folded this part and made a crease line like that. Similarly, I did the same thing over here like so. And now I'm going to glue this down. Just like that, by keeping a gap of 1/8 inch from top and 1/8 inch from the bottom. So I'm using this cream color seam binding ribbon over here. I'm putting glue and then just sticking this to my journal here. And then just like this, I'm going to mark the same position for the ribbon on my other side. Yeah, I'm going to secure this now with my tape because it's going to take a lot of load by closing and opening. So just like this. And then the other two papers that I have cut is 6 by 8 inches. These ones will go just right over here. So let me quickly do that and we put the signatures inside. So I have pasted the papers inside. Now let's just add the signatures inside our journal. So for this, I'm just using simple plain ribbon over here. The same ribbon that I use for my closure. What I did is, first signature is this one. So I just found the center of my signature here. And I took a ribbon just like this from the center of this. And then I just took it behind this journal spine here. And then I'm just going to make a tight knot here. Just like that. So let's just make it tight as much as you can. I'm doing this on the top because I want to dangle a charm here to make it more secure. So that. And then I'm going to cut off this part here. Similarly, I'm going to do the other two. So see how full is this? So I'm just going to move these a little bit so that we have proper spacing in the middle and in the front as well. Just like that. Okay, now let us close the journal. I guess this thing is quite short, but yeah. So there we have 1, 2, and 3. Now we are going to dangle a charm over here and cross this whole thing out. Let me bring my charm and then we'll do this together. So before we do the charm, because it's just gonna dangle right here and make some noises in the video, so I thought let's just do the cover first. So that's the arrangement that I am thinking of doing it. So I'll just remove all of these and we will add some chipboard pieces to make them layered. All of these pieces are from my scraps, and I have inked all the edges here, and we are just making an arrangement so that it looks very nice and cohesive, and also it's not very bulky, so that you can easily journal inside and it's not a problem. Okay. Just like this, the cover is done. Now let us do the charm. Now for the charm, what I was thinking is, I have already made this charm here with some dangles, some beads, some metallic charms, and Eiffel Tower, and it's just made it a bit colorful here. So next thing that I'm going to do is take my this thread over here, and I'm going to get it right from underneath all three of these, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to take a good amount of, yeah, so this much is fine. And then I'm going to make a knot, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take this dangle of mine, and I'm going to insert it through this ribbon, pass it through the ribbon in this topmost jump ring, or if you have a clasp or something, you can do a clasp as well and then hang it on the bow there. But I thought this will be more sturdier, just like this, and then I'll give it one more knot. There we have it, and then let's just tie a bow. So there it is. See, okay, I think I'm going to just make it a bit refined, my bow here. There we have. Okay, so we have some ribbon dangling, some charm here. So let's just glue this bow on top of those joint of these bows, other bows, so that it's just not visible, and it's even the weight of the charm is holded nicely, balanced nicely. So I'm just going to do that. See, so now it looks really pretty. The bow is perfectly intact. I don't think there is any need for this, and this looks really good, all the hangings and everything. So that finishes our journal. I hope you liked this beautiful creation. You can add some person's name if you're gifting it to somebody, or even if you're giving it on Mother's Day, you can just add mom here, and you can also add some enamel dots or some studs and buds, beads or something on the top if you like, a little bit blingier. But I thought this looks really pretty. I had these metal corners, so I just put them on the sides. So this is it for our journal here. All the links of all the supplies used will be in the description box below. You can check those out, and I hope you have fun making this one. So that's it from my side. Happy crafting, everyone. See you next time. Bye.